He's got a fresh trim. I just look very sweaty.
Yes, you do.
First time in a few weeks. We are the
Smacktalking Amigos, hashtag SDA, hashtag Smacktalking Amigos, at WWE Amigos on Twitter and on Instagram.
And please follow us if you can. How are you, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I've been a big letdown, haven't I, past few weeks?
Partly on your side and partly on my side.
And why was that? I know why, mate. Because Jinder Mahal's the champion.
Yeah, and I did say that if he becomes champion, I will boycott Smacktalking Amigos.
I know, I said I'll do it naked, didn't I?
Yeah. But I'm not going to let Jinder win. I'm not going to let the modern day Maharaja have the
last laugh.
Yeah.
He did have the last laugh on SmackDown though, but we'll talk about SmackDown after Raw.
Yeah.
This week, let me tell you, I think the past few weeks have been disappointing. This week on Raw and SmackDown, they've really picked up their game.
Yes. Should we talk about Extreme Rules quickly first? So,
let's just run over a few bits from Extreme Rules. Firstly, let's talk the main event, because it's the main part that we sort of, everyone's been talking about Extreme Rules. We saw Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, name the other two.
Finn Balor. And Bray.
All in a 5-way for number one contender of Brock Lesnar's title. And actually, I know we were saying we would have liked to have seen Brock Lesnar there, but we didn't lose anything with the show, not seeing him there.
I thought it was the best Raw pay-per-view I think in a long time.
I agree.
Arguably Raw's 5 top superstars,
including Brock.
You've put them all into the main event, excluding Brock, and they came out with a 10-10 match.
10-10 match. Not only that, we came out with a surprise winner and someone that can legitimately challenge the Beast.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this, and whatever you say, Brock Lesnar's not going to lose that championship until Mania next year, when he probably will lose it to Roman Reigns. So who did you have in? You couldn't do it to Finn Balor because he's getting over. And
he's being pushed to the moon.
Yeah. You can't do it to Seth because it would have just been a squash. And Bray, I don't think Bray is strong enough. But Samoa Joe legitimises, and it's a dream match.
And it looks, I mean, even if Joe loses, he can look really strong in that match. I don't know Brock can break the Kahino clutch.
Well, Paul Heyman couldn't.
Yeah, let's talk about Raw.
Yeah.
So, we see the start of Raw. Bray comes out.
Yes.
Does his usual shit.
Yeah.
Again, Bray looks good on Raw. I think he's more Raw than he is SmackDown.
Yeah.
I think he's legitimising his sort of character on Raw. There's no more silliness with the worms in the ring and the houses of horrors and God knows what.
Thank God. Him and Roman Reigns put on an excellent match.
Yeah.
But once again,
the big dog came out on top.
Roman did his best to bury a good talent.
Very good. I must say, and you know I'm the biggest Roman Reigns criticiser in the world, a good match. Bray got in some offense, Roman got in some offense. Of course we're going to see spear, Superman punch, 1, 2, 3.
No, Superman punch, spear. 1, 2, 3. But I've said this for ages now, for at least the last year, on Raw and on pay-per-views, Roman Reigns puts on 5-star matches.
I've said it for a long time. And on Raw, I didn't see a better match this week.
No.
But we often say that, but we just don't admit it because it's Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
However, can we just say that Extreme Rules, he was getting booed incredibly especially when he was with Finn Balor.
Yeah. Finn is the big face of Monday Night Raw now, along with Seth.
I feel like they can push him in the same way they push Daniel Bryan. I feel like he's got that sort of natural charisma about him, Finn Balor.
Yeah, him and Seth are the 2 natural baby faces on Raw. I'd love Roman to turn heel, but it just ain't happening.
Ain't gonna happen. I don't know why. I think it's money. If they turn him heel, that is a money storyline.
Yeah, you get mega bucks. Vince McMahon will get mega bucks if he turns him heel.
Especially if he turns him heel at the right time against the right wrestler, i.e. John Cena, Undertaker, who he had the perfect opportunity to turn him heel against, but they sort of bottled it.
Or backstab Seth.
Yeah.
Beat down on Seth.
Yeah. Women's champion Alexa Bliss picking up a huge victory at Extreme Rules, coming this week to face Nia Jax. Interference by Mickie James and one another. Dana. Alexa's probably my favourite woman wrestler on the roster at the moment, apart from Charlotte, because you know me, I think Charlotte's the person on the roster. But what was that for Bayley at Extreme Rules?
This is weird. WWE, whatever they've done, they have not booked at all correctly since WrestleMania. Bayley was going into Mania with a whole lot of momentum, coming out of Mania with a whole lot of momentum, and her feud with Alexa has kind of stagnated and not even become funny. But they've tried to make it.
It's unfunny. It's the segment on Raw 2 weeks ago was really dragged out with "This Is Your Life, Bayley," and then she didn't even get any comeuppance at Extreme Rules. She didn't even get to hit Alexa once with that kendo stick. I think it's a bit of character assassination with Bayley, and I think what they've done there is they've killed a push. I don't know if she's done something backstage. I don't know who she's pissed off, but I've not seen her de-push like that since Reigns failed his wellness policy.
No, and also you've got Sasha Banks. Why the hell she's involved in a mixed tag team match at Extreme Rules and not the title match?
And it's Noam Dar, isn't it? Who's with
Fox.
Alicia Fox. I don't get it. You've got a perfect match: Sasha Banks versus Bayley. Throw in the match with Alexa Bliss. Make it a three-way. Don't even bother to have the kendo stick on the pole.
Alexa Bliss versus Sasha at the Great Balls of Fire. I'd like to see. What we'll probably get Alexa Bliss now.
Yeah.
The Great Balls of Fire.
Which Nia should win.
Yeah, what Nia should win.
And then be dominant. Then it makes sense to have a dominant woman wrestler. But Alexa, for everything she is, which is a fantastic heel, probably the most improved women's wrestler in the past year, she's not a dominant heel. She's not a dominant wrestler. She's not big enough to be a dominant wrestler.
Well, she weighs like 46 kilograms, so that's one reason why she ain't a dominant wrestler.
But she's doing her job really well. But I was just disappointed to see what happened with Bayley. One team I wasn't disappointed to see what happened was Sheamus, Cesaro versus the Hardys at Extreme Rules, which spilled over to this week on Raw. I know the Hardys lost, but it didn't lose them any momentum.
No, it didn't lose them any momentum, and it was weird because the way it ended in the middle of the match with Jeff coming out first, it's kind of like WWE wants to break the Hardys up, but then he went back in to try and get his brother out. They almost nearly did it.
Very, very close. And every time we see Jeff in a match, you realise how outstanding he is. Now, Matt's character has improved massively, and everyone's waiting for Broken Matt. Everybody. Even people that haven't heard of it, just heard of the legend of Broken Matt. We want to see the drone.
I want them to split it up, and I want Broken Matt to finally fix the Cruiserweight division.
That's a good shout. Very good shout. Although Neville's not doing a bad job, but Neville's just being fed competitors. Where does it stop? Jack Gallagher, fed. PLG or JPL, what's his name? I forget his name. TJP. Fed. Austin Aries, probably one of the best cruiserweights in the world. Fed. Stopped.
Not one of the best.
Probably
the best cruiserweight. WrestleMania, Payback, Extreme Rules, lost all three.
Yeah. Brian Kendrick, he's gone.
Yeah.
It's just a sad state of vision. I realise they have to have a dominant wrestler on top, and I think Neville is a good fit for that. However, give him some decent competition. Aries should have been given that, and they should have gone backwards and forwards with the title, or at least get a disqualification win for Aries. Make it not so clean that Neville is dominating the division.
But I think now is the time where Neville is dominating so much that someone like Matt or Jeff go take the title, and maybe Neville come out and fight for the IC title.
Yeah, Neville could do that now. He's improved his stock.
But can we say going on to the IC title is the Mrs. Reunion IC tour?
Yeah, it is. Good match once again by Miz at Extreme Rules. Really great segment on Raw this week where you see the Miz come out with Maurice. He beats up a bear who's not Ambrose. He beats up a box that's a clock.
Yeah.
Gets a slap from Maurice. Rolls back in the ring. And who's the cameraman?
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose. My favourite character Dean's played in, not the cameraman, just in general.
Dean, this is the best side of Dean. This is the Dean that we need to see, and
this is the Dean we should have seen coming out of the Shield.
Yes, and we saw it a bit with the Seth Rollins feud a few years back. the goofy side of Dean, and he's a legitimate name to put into the hat for Brock Lesnar after Samoa Joe.
Definitely, and
But then
they've got history
to come back.
They've got history. Before we move on to SmackDown, what dirt do you think someone's got on Kurt Angle? Who do you think's got dirt on him?
I think it's a storyline with Stephanie McMahon to bring her back.
Could well be. I think it's a storyline to get Kurt back in the ring.
Could be.
I think we see Kurt back in the ring.
It could be
Triple H.
Triple H versus Kurt. Career is on the line.
I would like to see Kurt in the ring. You saw him come face to face with Samoa Joe, a match that we've seen in TNA a few years back. By the way, can I tell you, before we move on to SmackDown, Ring of Honor is tearing it up at the moment. Match after match after match. I saw Jack Evans for one of the first times I've seen him wrestle. What a wrestler. Cody is looking like a legitimate superstar at Ring of Honor.
Even that Marty Scurll.
Yeah. Every one of them. The Briscoe brothers.
Adam Cole from Jay Lethal. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Whatever, WWE have a plethora of talent. They've got pools everywhere. Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, NXT. They can choose from. They can just pick out any talent. If they want them, they'll get them into WWE, and they've got them.
But I'm glad that we're seeing a company like Ring of Honor still being able to produce these wrestlers, and wrestlers like Cody willing to go and work there, because Cody got let go of WWE, and he'll be back. He will 100% be back.
He'll be back within the next year and a half.
Yeah, world champion. I think future WWE world champion. You heard it here first on Smacktalking Amigos. Let's move on to SmackDown. It kicks off with the 6 lovely women, or 5 lovely women from the title, the Money in the Bank title match, coming out to the ring.
Then the beautiful Lana comes out.
Well, Naomi comes out first, the champ. Then Lana comes out and says, I want to be entered into this match. Now, for a start, how great did Lana look in that evening dress?
Yeah.
$1 million.
Lana looks good in anything. So.
I think this week on SmackDown, the 3-on-3 women's match, Nakamura Owens,
Dolph
AJ, and there was one more tag team match, which was New Day versus the Colognes. I can't see a better SmackDown lineup of matches than that. I mean, for a start, Kevin Owens Nakamura is a dream match. On one ice.
Yeah.
And Nakamura's getting over huge.
He's going to push to the moon like finish.
Yeah, I think.
And I reckon Nakamura will have the title on him by SummerSlam.
Oh, and we missed
after SummerSlam.
The match we missed, of course.
No, you're not mentioning that. You are not mentioning his name.
Mojo Rawley versus a certain champ from SmackDown. Let's just say about Mojo Rawley, an impressive backstage segment, but Maharaja is looking stronger in the ring, Kian. I hate to say it. AJ Styles, Randy Orton, 5-way number 1 contendership match. Now Mojo Rawley, where do you stop the Maharaja?
John Cena come back and absolutely bury him. At Battleground.
Yes, John Cena probably will come back and bury him, to be fair.
John Cena is polishing off his shovel at the moment to come back and bury him.
I can see that. But can you at least admit they are trying to legitimately create a star for the Asian market in WWE, which is excellent to see. It spreads it much further.
Yeah, but he's getting no fan reaction. I don't know where this is coming from. He gets booed doesn't even get booed by the crowd. There is no fan reaction of Jinder Mahal.
It is X-Pac heat. That's what they call it, where it's just silence.
It's like Samoa Joe on Monday when he came out. There was no fan reaction.
Which is strange. I mean, it's really strange because Rusev gets a fan reaction.
I have no problem against Jinder Mahal, and if he was getting fan reaction, give him a slow push to the title, not the push that he got. He got thrown out of the ring by Mojo Rawley at WrestleMania, and 2 months later he's WWE champion.
He got pushed from here to here, which was a huge jump. But he did beat Jinder Mahal. Let's quickly move on to the other matches before you have a fit. Mojo Rawley. Tell me, Nakamura, Kevin Owens.
We obviously saw the Lone Wolf come out, so you'd be expecting that be a feud going out after Money in the Bank. So
Yeah, either
you'd possibly say that it wouldn't be Shinsuke or Baron winning the Money in the Bank.
no. My biggest hope would be Shinsuke wins the Money in the Bank, but I think they're gearing up for either AJ or Dolph. They're exchanging victories at the moment. Dolph Ziggler looks the strongest in the ring I've seen him look in years.
Yeah. But the question is, why weren't WWE doing this a year ago when he was
when they had the chance to push him?
His feud with Dean Ambrose after the brand split last year, why weren't they doing this then?
They gave him a strange heel turn, Dolph Ziggler, and actually Dolph Ziggler doesn't need to be a heel as such, he just needs to be a heel as face. You know, he can do all of his moves, he doesn't need to be an arsehole, he just needs to be able to say, I'm the best. In the same way Shawn Michaels did.
Yeah.
But I think Dolph is maturing in the ring, and of course AJ is, you know, the greatest wrestler over two brands anyway.
Yeah. And obviously talking about, I mentioned John Cena earlier, obviously he has said that he'd come back to SmackDown, and it's just before the Battleground pay-per-view, so expect a title shot.
And Rusev we have to come back as well.
And
Where is Rusev?
And Rusev would be probably my bet for Money in the Bank winner.
Yeah, I could see him coming out. I could see someone getting injured on the way to Money in the Bank, and who comes out? Rusev Crush.
I can imagine Kevin Owens getting injured possibly.
Yeah, I think Rusev could be a face anyway. I don't think he's necessarily going to be.
Or we go back to the old style and have 7-man ladder match.
Which would be great. It'd be great. You could do that with the SmackDown superstars that are fighting in it.
Like I think Lana will get put into the Money in the Bank.
Can I tell you one of the most entertaining things that I see on SmackDown at the moment? That is got my mic, Fandango.
Yeah.
And Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
The Confidential.
Yeah. So case files.
I think it's hilarious, and having the New Day on it, I think it was one got over Breeze Dango, and two, it allows the New Day to introduce themselves to a new audience of SmackDown, even though they've been, who watches SmackDown watches Raw anyway.
And the New Day are probably got to be tag team
champions, yeah. They should do.
Money in the Bank.
They should do. I love the Usos as champs, but Usos don't need the title to be popular.
Talking about the champion.
I know. I knew you were going to be holding that.
But unfortunately, because I haven't done the legitimate 30-day defence of my title, this will be on the line at Money in the Bank.
It will be. It will be. It's the last Smacktalking Amigos we're going to do together.
And there will be no champions advantage going into it, so...
Who knows? Well, we can actually predict properly.
Yeah.
Anything else you have to say about wrestling this week, my friends?
Unless you want another rant match in the whole...
I don't. But you know what I would like to hear from you guys? We'd like to hear who you think is going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match, particularly from SmackDown. Do you think it'll be one of the wrestlers that's in there already? Do you think we're going to have a surprise entrance? And who do you think is going to walk out to go and face the Maharaja or the Viper at the next pay-per-view Battleground? Well, not necessarily the next pay-per-view, will they? Alright, who's going to be the Money in the Bank ladder match?
I've told you that John Cena will be wrestling.
Alright, well, who's going to come in after that match to win the title?
Well, they could do a Dean Ambrose, they could cash in on the night.
That's what I think. Calling it now.
You go and call in a cash in on the night?
I'm calling it, mate. Calling a cash in.
Okay, you're calling a cash in on the night.
Calling a cash in.
And once again, I'm calling... No, they don't have a title. I'm calling a Shield reunion very soon. Because neither of them have the title.
If you call that every day for the next 10 years, at some point it's bound to happen.
No, it will happen very soon. Dean Ambrose lost his title. Seth or Roman didn't win, so there'll be a reunion.
Listen, anything to get Roman Reigns moreover.
Yeah.
We're the Smacktalking Amigos. You gonna talk? Follow us.
Follow us at WWE Amigos, hashtag SDA, hashtag Smacktalking Amigos.
Hashtag Maharaja.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Peace.